Hi there. On this Thursday, the 15th of November, it's been a while since I've been out here in the church car park, but it is a nice enough morning, a nice chilly November but sunny November morning. And I hope that you are well, but at the same time I recognize that maybe you're not. Maybe you're just going through a really tough time right now. And before I share with you what I wanted to share with you this morning, I want to talk about the word hope just for a moment or two, because I said that I hope that you are well, and I recognize that you might not be, but I do hope that you will come through what you're struggling with at the moment. And that word hope is a really important word in our Christian faith, because while it looks towards the future, when things will be better, when God will create and make all things new, it also acknowledges that in the present things might not be the way that we want them to be. And when we talk about putting our hope in Jesus, we're saying that it's in Jesus that we trust that all things will be well in the future. But again, recognizing that if Jesus is going to make things right and good in the future, then they can't always be right and good in the present. The writer of the letter to the Hebrews tells us in chapter 10 that we must be unswerving in hope. And he says that the reason that we can be unswerving in hope is that the God that we put our faith in is a God who keeps his promises. And when God makes promises that he has plans for us, plans for the future, plans that we can put our hope in, when he says that all these things that we are struggling and the world as we know it will one day pass, and he will make all things new, when there will be no more struggles and no more difficulties, no more tears, no more sickness and death, that this is a God who keeps his promises. So we can put our hope in him. I wanted to talk to you a bit about Ernie, our dog. He seems to be making regular features on these talks. We've spoken about his settling into his new home. We've spoken about his love for sheep when we were on holiday or went away a couple of weeks ago. Yesterday, Ernie went for a haircut. He went to the groomers and he was supposed to go a month ago, but we weren't able to do that. But finally he got his appointment yesterday, and his hair had got a bit scraggly and a bit scruffy, and when he came back, it was like looking at a new dog. He looked so completely different. He'd been trimmed down, and his big brown eyes, you could suddenly see them because the hair wasn't covering his eyes anymore, and he just looked like a new dog. And it was just, we all had big smiles on our faces because of the transformation that had happened. But when Joanne took him to the groomers, he was a bit hesitant at first. He wasn't quite sure. He wanted to go in, he wanted to take that step into where she does the grooming, but he wasn't quite sure. And he kept looking back at Joanne for reassurance, and eventually he took that step. But he was still not quite sure, and the groomer said to Joanne she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to cut his hair because he was just so excitable and so active all the time. But she gave him a bath, she gave him a wash, and as he was washed clean, he started to calm down a bit, and maybe started trusting her a bit more. And so she trimmed away some of the hairs and some of the hair on his body that was growing long, and she gave him a bit of a trim, and she wasn't sure if she was going to be able to do more than that, but he had come to trust her, and so she was able to trim away even more until he came back, as I said, looking like a completely different dog, looking almost like a puppy, the way his hair had been trimmed away. It made me think about putting our faith in Jesus and putting our trust in him. And maybe you're like Ernie, just at that doorway, hesitant to go in, wanting to take that step, but not sure if this is something that you're ready to do or something that you want to do. But as you take that step, as you receive Jesus into your life and you allow him to wash you clean, and you become a new creation in him, and you find that you can put your trust in him. And slowly but surely, step by step, he brings transformation into your life. And when you encounter people, people will see that you are different, that there is something different about you, something new about you, because of the trust and the faith that you have put in Jesus. If you're not sure if this is something that you can do, if you are asking those questions right now and saying, can I put my faith in him? Can I trust him with my life? My experience, and I can only talk from my experience, is that you can. There is no immediate change. There is no sudden, I'm completely different to the way I was, and I'm not doing the things that I was doing before, and my life is now completely different, and I've given up everything. But little by little, transformation comes into your life. And we are still being transformed. We are being transformed every day as we put our trust in him and follow him. But I want to encourage you and say to you, you can take that step. You can put your faith in him. And little by little, he will bring transformation into your life as you trust him and allow him to do that. I do, as I said at the beginning, hope that you are well. And if you are not well at this moment, you can put your trust and your faith in him. He will help you through this. He will get you through this. We are all in different ways, struggling in different ways, and some more than others. And I would be lying to you if I was to say to you, I've been fine through all of this. But we put our trust, we put our faith in him. And little by little, step by step, he helps us through this. Please look after yourself. Please stay safe. Please talk to someone if you're struggling. God bless you. God is looking after you and he's watching over you. So take care and goodbye.